Hello again, quilters. Welcome back to my channel, Pages and Stitches. That's spelled pages, the number 3 stitches, and that's my handle here on YouTube as well as on Instagram. My name's Kelly, and I'm so grateful to have you here with me today. Today is January 31st, and this is my Quilters Corner update number 15. And if you are here with me, I am so pleased to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you found your way here from my floss tube videos, thank you for coming to check it out. If you are a quilter and if you just want to see what's going on, or if you're just starting to dabble in the craft, I'm thrilled that you're here regardless. So welcome to my January update. I want to start with massive thank yous to everybody who is a returning viewer, especially if you return to see these videos, because they kind of are in the shadow of my floss tube videos, but which is fine. Even if there's only, 2 people that watch these, I'm still gonna make them because quilting is one of my passions. One of the types of stitching that I love to do. And I think I have a really good update for you today. If you're new here, hi. I hope you stick around. I am gonna do a quilting update of all the quilting related projects and acquisitions that I made and did over the last month. And as usual, I'm gonna start out with my reading update. The Pages and Stitches represents my third passion, which is reading. So I'm gonna show you the books that I was able to read this past month. And of course, if you just watched my floss tube video, it's the same books, you can skip past this part. So I started out with Love Her or Lose Her by Tessa Bailey. Number 2 in this series. I read number 1 either last month or the month before. And then I read number 3 in the series, which is called Tools of Engagement, also by Tessa Bailey. And then my current read, which I'm finishing up, is this. It's called Spare, written by Prince Harry. And I love Prince Harry, so I pre-ordered it as soon as it was available. So I have some cool stuff to show you, just some whip updates. I have a fully finished object, which I'm excited about. I have a quilt top that I finished and I'm ready to show you. And then, as you can see behind me, this entire stack of fabric and patterns is my haul. Now, before you freak out, I have a very good reason for having that much haul, which I will get into when we get to that portion. And of course, I'll warn you when we get there. So if you are not interested, you can carry on with your life at that point. But like I said, there's a good reason. Stick around if you want to hear it. So first, let me start with my fully finished object. My last quilters video, in the whip parade extra video, I showed you all of the whips that I had going into last year, one of which is the quilt that I finished. And that's this quilt here, my batik snowball quilt. I wasn't following any particular pattern. I just found a bunch of batiks that I liked, cut them into 5.5-inch squares, snowballed the corners, and stitched them all together. And I had forgotten about this quilt for a while. Like I think I stitched this quilt top together, I don't know, years ago, like 2019-ish, and it had been basted and sitting in my closet, and I forgot about it because it was out of sight, out of mind. And when I pulled it out to show it off in my whip parade, I felt like an absolute idiot because I had used a quilt as you go method. So it was already quilted. I literally just had to attach the backing fabric and bind it. I don't know why it sat unfinished for all those years, but it did. And so I was determined to get this finished, and I did. I was able to attach the back. I just did stitch in the ditch. So here is the back. You can't see the stitching because it blends in, so it's just like a beautiful batik, which is actually one of the prints that I used on the front, if I can find it. Yep, this one here. And then I bound it with the same fabric. So it's done. I don't want to completely unfold it. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's a 60 by 60. It's just a lap size. And when I say I did quilt as you go, what I did was I stitched, there's 144 of these snowballs, 12 across and 12 down. So what I did was I stitched 9 of them into a 9 patch and made that one block. And then I basted it to batting and quilted the batting and the block together in just like a simple grid. And then what you do when you do that method is you stitch the blocks together like you normally would for your quilt top and press the seams open, batting and all. And then all you have to do after that is attach the backing with stitch in the ditch, which is what I did. So it was a really, really easy process. Again, don't know why it took me all those years, but it's done. And I will insert some pictures so you can see all of it, and you can see it kind of close up in its entirety. You'll have to forgive me though, because you can still kind of see. So when I did the stitching or the quilting, obviously I marked it and you can still kind of see the chalk marks. But if I put it through the wash, or if it wasn't just sitting and collecting dust in the closet and it was actually used, those chalk marks would go away. But it served as a cat bed for all those years, all folded up. So it didn't get any use. Now it can, because it's finally done. So I can officially say I have made a finish for 2023, my first finish, and I can cross it off my whip list. I'm pretty sure this is the one that's been on my whip list the longest, so it's finally done, thank goodness. So additionally, I was able to finish a quilt top. I had previously shown off these strip sets that I was going to make baby quilts out of using the Jelly Roll Jam pattern from Fat Quarter Shop, which is a free pattern, and they have a YouTube tutorial, which I will have linked down below. Anything that I can, any sort of pattern or tutorial or whatever that I mention, I will have linked down below in the description. So I had 2 of these quilt tops already finished with backing fabrics purchased. And then I had 4 other strip sets that I was gonna make quilt tops out of with no backing fabric purchased yet. So I was able to purchase backing fabric, which I will show you in the haul. And I did finish one of the strip sets into a quilt top, and it's this one here. So it's like, I had showed you this before. It's like a kind of southwestern kind of brown and gold with little blue and orange and cream accents. I really love it. I think it's very, it's feminine, but it's also like classy. If you are unfamiliar, I do live in Texas, so Western and kind of country vibes are all over the place down here. So that's kind of why I was hesitant to use this as a baby quilt initially, but I think it'll be perfect for a more like southern household. As I had stated before, my plan is to finish these baby quilts and then donate them to the hospital system that I work for, because I don't have, as far as I'm aware, I don't really have any friends that are expecting babies at the time. And then all of this fabric that I'm making these quilt tops out of was gifted to me. So I just kind of decided that, you know, free pattern, free fabric, I will continue with that theme and make these free quilts to people in need. So I'm going to take them to my hospital system, likely to like labor and delivery or NICU, and let them donate these to families who, or potentially even like single mothers who don't have baby quilts at home. So this is the first one that first quilt top that I was able to finish for that project, but I'm not calling it a finish necessarily, because I'm considering all 6 one project. So officially I have 3 of the 6 quilt tops made, and none of them are basted or quilted yet. So once they all get quilted and bound and they're done, that's when I'm saying that that whip is completed. But yeah, I just kind of got started. This quilt pattern is so easy, super fast. All you do is you put 3 strip sets of 6 and lay them out in the desired sort of layout. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3 strip sets of 6. Stitch them together with the fabric and iron your seams however you like. And then what you do is you cut, so when you stitch 6 of these strips together, that makes a 12.5 inch block, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and then a half with your seam allowances. And then you cut 6 6.5 inch sections from those strip sets. So there's 6 of these, and then 6 of the other one. And what you do is you shuffle them. So you take 3 of strip set A and B and stitch them together, 3 of strip set C and B, stitch them together, and then 3 of strip set C and A, stitch them together, excuse me. And then what you do, I mean, the layout is listed on the free pattern and in the tutorial, but essentially you just swap them around and rotate them. So 3 by 3, just rotated. I mean, you don't even necessarily have to do that. You can put them all in the same direction if you want. You can, you know, do whatever. But when you're stitching them together, when you rotate them like 90 degrees, so these go this way and these go this way, the only seams you have to match up are here and here. Very easy, super duper easy. It, like I said, it takes like a couple hours and then you've got a quilt top done, and it's a very easy baby quilt. So the finished size is a yard, 36, technically 36.5 until you get it bound. So yeah, it's a yard squared. That was my other progress on one of my projects this month. And as you can see, my Meadowland quilt, which has been on my design wall for, I guess 2 videos now, I have finished all the blocks for that, which is really exciting. My goal, I think last time, was to get them all stitched together and finish the quilt top, but that is going to be the next step. I just managed to finish the blocks. So this is Meadowland, the pattern name, designed by a company Then Came June. And the fabric line that I'm using is Cider by Basic Gray. And this sandy color is just a blender that I found at my local quilt shop. I don't know where it came from, or as far as like the designer and the fabric line. But it's done, and I'm really excited with how it turned out. Let me see if I can, without making you guys too like dizzy, show you some more. There we go. There's a little bit more. So it's 5 blocks across and 4 blocks up. So there's only 20 of these total. And it's a super easy block to make. I don't want to give you the cutting instructions or tell you how, because it's not the pattern, and Then Came June didn't tell me that I could. But super easy instructions to follow. And I haven't really finished, I don't think, kind of moving everything around like I like. But once that's done, I will get this sewn together so that the next time you see the design wall, something else will be up there, ideally, right? I managed to get some backing fabric and binding fabric for it, which I will show you when I go through the haul. And so it is ready to, almost ready to go to my long arm quilter to get finished. So what do you think? I mean, I'm super excited about it, that it's done. And this was another whip that I had started my YouTube channel with, and then I hadn't touched for like a year. Again, don't know why. I have no clue why it took me so long to get going on it, but I finished the blocks, and that was the next major milestone. And then all I have to do now is piece them together, which should go pretty quick. So I had mentioned that I wanted to keep going on my hexy gradient quilt, and I did do quite a bit of work. I put the next few colors that I needed aside and got them all cut down to size, but I'm still working on getting them hexed. I have 3 colors that I'm working on and they're kind of big chunks, so I'm still sewing them into hexagons. So unfortunately I don't have any progress to show you on my hexy gradient, but I am still working on it. So hopefully next month I will have more to show you. But I did manage to do another fun project, which I'll show you now. So in the past I've made project bags and I've given them away both here and on my floss tube channel, because obviously crafters and fiber artists use a lot of project bags for whenever they travel or store stuff or all that jazz. And I had made some vinyl front project bags, which went over pretty well. People liked them, but I kind of wanted to switch up how I made them because I wanted to make a project bag that was bigger, first of all, so that I could fit Q-snaps, actual Q-snaps in them. And then I wanted to do a top zipper instead of on the front, because I think it's easier to put bulky items in a bag with a top zipper. And so I was just kind of experimenting and I came up with this bad boy. You know, I just kind of grabbed a couple fabrics that, you know, I thought coordinated from my stash, and I was experimenting with size. So the finished size on this is roughly 13.5 by 13.5. I think I'm gonna make my next one bigger, in fact, because I wanted to make a bag that was big enough to fit an 11 by 11 Q-snap or bulkier items like yarn. I know a lot of people on FlossTube and on quilting circles will also like knit and crochet. I have a couple friends that do that. And so I wanted to make it big enough to fit like bulky balls of yarn and like knitting needles or crochet hooks or hoops or at least an 11 by 11 Q-snap. So I made this and I really like how it turned out. Here is the inside. And this was just me messing around, but I really like the end result. I like the way the fabrics all coordinate. So here's the top part. And then you may recognize this fabric if you watched the video where I showed you my finish for my embroidery flower quilt, because this was the binding fabric. And in fact, I put this little decorative element on there with the leftover binding. So there's no raw edges there. And then I have this metallic dot print that just kind of coordinates with the top. And top loading zipper. Again, it's probably, I mean, truthfully, it's probably more like 13 by 13 because you do lose a certain amount of space whenever you actually like start putting bulk in it. But so it would fit in an 11 by 11 Q-snap, but it is kind of snug. So I think I'm gonna go bigger next time. I think I wanna try and make like a 15 by 15. So yeah, what do you think? Do you like this better than the other one? I think I do. I like the vinyl bags because you can see what's inside of them, but working with vinyl is kind of a pain in the butt. If you've ever worked with vinyl, you know. So I think what I'm gonna do is keep this style, and then I'm probably gonna see if I can figure out how to put some, I mean, I don't need to figure it out. I know how to do it, but maybe put some pockets inside. And then in order to have a project bag like this labeled, I think I want to either try and put some sort of like tag on the zipper pull or a slot maybe with the vinyl to slide a card in that's labeled. I don't know. Let me know your ideas and what you guys, how you guys prefer to label your project bags, or what sizes you like to purchase. I'm just kind of messing around because I do like making these and giving them to people and gifting them to friends. So if you like this, let me know. If you think I should alter it in some other way, let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. It's not gonna hurt my feelings because this was just an experiment, but I really like the result. So I did make a little something something. All right, so now is the haul portion of the video, and it's a lot of haul. And the reason why it's a lot of haul is because unfortunately my local quilt shop is closing forever and always. Wah, wah. The owner, who is a family friend, is retiring, and she is moving up to Delaware. One of her sons lives close by up there. So, and we knew it was coming. She had talked about retiring in the near future, so it was just kind of a matter of time before she finally did it. And she originally had planned to sell the shop, but she didn't really have any interested buyers that were serious. So the shop's closing. I'm not like worried or anything because there is a local quilt shop the next town over, not too far from me. And then of course, we do have a Joann's. I do still shop at Joann's. I know I've had a friend say that she's like, I know you buy more like high-end fabrics. I was like, no. I shop at Joann's. I love Joann's fabric. And then of course there's always like Fat Quarter Shop is in Texas. So anytime I buy from them, the fabric ships to me super quick. So I'm not worried. But because she's closing, everything's like on super sale. So currently, you could get cut yardage for as little as 40% off and higher, or you could buy a complete bolt of fabric, like whatever's left on the bolt, and you get 70% off. And they have 2 weeks left before they close, so it's entirely possible that the closer they get to that date, the percentages are gonna go up, in which case I'm probably gonna go back and buy more. So I bought a lot. Some I don't have plans for, some I do have plans for. So we'll start there. And if you don't want to go through all this with me, that's fine. I'll see you guys next time. But if you're a nosy Nelly, let's dig in. So first I actually want to show you some patterns. I purchased a couple of patterns. These I didn't get from the quilt shop that was closing down. I needed to order something online, and I didn't want to just buy one thing, so I went and purchased a couple patterns as well. And here we go. So this one is called Radiate Quilt, and it's by Then Came June, which is the same company that designed this pattern. It's actually very similar in that it's kind of like a plus shape, and it's turned on point, but it is very pretty, like that one. And then I got this one here. This is the Violet Quilt. And then this is by Kitchen Table Quilting, is the designer. So I really like how it looks like sort of interconnected lattice work in front. And they kind of, yeah, they used first of all, they used Anna Maria Horner on here. But I think this would be really pretty to do in front of a bunch of like florals. So it looks like you're looking through a fence at a garden. I think that would be really pretty. And then also by the Kitchen Table Quilting Company, I bought this one. And this is the Judy quilt. And the reason why I bought this one is because of how large some of these pieces are. And I was thinking this might be a good one to use with all that Anna Maria Horner fabric I have. The thing about that fabric is because the prints are so large, you really need to have large blocks to properly display them. And I think this one might be a good one. I like it a lot. So I got those three. And then I have a fourth pattern to show you because since the shop that I told you about is closing, they actually are giving away some of their smaller, cheaper items for free. And they gave me this pattern on checkout, which is called Howdy. Lone Star Quiltworks is the name of the shop. So they just tossed it in with my purchase, and it's just one little card. It gives you your measurements and all that. all in this tiny little thing. And this is a cute one too, because it's very simple, but it still has, you know, some big blocks to show off big prints and stuff. So yeah, I have those 4 patterns. Now for the fabric, I'm going to start with the stuff that actually has a purpose. So now that Meadowland is mostly done, it just needs the top it just needs the top piece together. I went ahead and I bought backing fabric and binding fabric. So here is the backing fabric that I got. Now I had mentioned, it's this way, that this line by Basic Gray is called Cider, but they're not making any more of it. But they did release a line called Nutmeg, which is a complementary line to this one. It's the same colors and similar prints. So I went ahead and got this kind of warm mustardy print, and I love it because it has these little birdies on it. And the colors coordinate the blues and the corals, yellows with all the blues and corals and yellows in this line. So I got this as the backing, and then I managed to get my hands on about a yard of this print. Where is it? Nope, this one right here from the line. So this is going to be my binding fabric, and you can see how the colors coordinate together. They just look really good together. So this is going to be my backing. I think I got 5 yards of this, something like that, and then a yard-ish of this floral to use as the binding. So next I want to show you the fabric that I got as the backings for all of the baby quilts that I'm going to make. I did manage to find really good prints that go with all of the strip sets, so I'll show you the ones that I went home with. So for this quilt top that I already showed you, I managed to find this backing here. So, oh, there it goes. It is a metallic print. There is a gold metallic on it, which obviously goes with the gold sparkle. And it is a subtle, like, wood grain print that looks kind of like a fence or like a gate. Very country western, which is what this reminds me of. And of course there are creams in here as well. So this is going to be the backing for this one. And in case you were wondering, so if this quilt top measures 36 by 36 roughly, the amount of backing fabric that I got, I just got what was left on the bolt, but the amount of backing fabric that you would need is 1.25 yards. So that comes to roughly 44 by 45 square, and then 36 by 36 on top. So you don't need much to back these. So here was this strip set that I showed you, and I got this backing fabric, which is the same corally, almost orange and limey green that matches with those colors here on the front side. It works perfect. I think this is a Jen Kingwell. I believe that's what I was told. But the colors just work absolutely perfectly. I mean, even look, like even the style of flower is similar. And these came from Joann's. Like they're definitely not the same fabric line. So it's just serendipity that it kind of worked out. All right, then we have this strip set, which is one of my faves because purple's my fave, with grays and like dark purple, mid-tone purple, and a lighter purple. And I got this fabric as the backing, which works really well together because you can see like these mid-tone purples are the same as like the background color, and then this sort of like stick elements on here are these 2 purples. So it works perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then the last strip set I showed you was this one with like the foxes and the owls in the gray and bright red and blue. And so I found this really pretty vibrant red that's kind of, it leans more orange in person, kind of like the red in this fabric line, and it goes together really well. So I got really lucky. I was able to find 4 really good prints and colors for a very good price to be the backing for these. And of course I already had the backing for the first 2 that I showed you. So this is one of the whips that I'm determined to finish this year. So now that I have all the elements, I really have no excuse. Okay, so let's start small and work our way up. So first I purchased this charm pack from Ruby Star Society, and it is this fabric line called Adorn by Rashida Coleman. And I really like Rashida Coleman. She's an excellent designer. She is also she's got a line that just came out recently that I'm kind of drooling over. So I put off purchasing it because obviously, but this line is called Adorn. It's really cute. It's like a retro kind of fashion-y kind of line. So we've got like really mod kind of ladies, and then earrings. I love the earrings. Bows. Little hand models, some florals, and they're all in these beautiful, like, vibrant colors. I really love this print with the busts on them, and the hand is really cute too. So yeah, love it, love it, love it. We got it in white, we got some stripes, just some really cool prints. And then all of their fat quarters were on sale like $2 a piece. So I bought a whole bunch. We've got this rose gold metallic and black. This is a Gustav Klimt fabric. So I forget which company it is, maybe Free Spirit. I'll insert it. They did a line of Gustav Klimt inspired fabrics in both colors and in neutrals. And of course they're metallic, and they're all inspired by his paintings, his kind of whimsical style. So I got one of those. And then I have this very light lavender, modern kind of circle print. And I did get a couple of fat quarters from the Adorn line that I just showed you. We got this beautiful, like, pink purple. This one is a digital print, and it's like Asian inspired with beautiful butterflies and stuff. And then I also got these 4, and these are all from the same fabric line, which if I can find, I will list on the screen. But beautiful colors, all coordinating. I don't have any plans necessarily for these. They may become project bags. I do have a retreat to go to, so I might make some project bags. I've got some friends that I would like to gift, like some personalized things too, so these will be in my stash. Alrighty. Next, I got yardage cut. Some of these are the remainder of a bolt because there wasn't much left on it, and some of them I just cut yardage. So let's go through them. Here's the first one. This one I saw it on the bolt, and I walked past it and then like did a double take because it was so stunning. Love it. It's very like secret garden, fairy wonderland. Gorgeous. These next 3 I got yardage of, just because all of these I believe I either got a yard or a yard and a quarter, depending on, I went 2 days. So depending on what day I was there, it's at least a yard. There's this beautiful taupey gray and this like obnoxious, like marbled. I don't know what this style is. I'll see if I can find it, but I've always liked it, and it looks like the inside covers of like vintage books. That's what it makes me think of. So it's like these really vibrant like pink and greens. It looks like it's a loud print, but that's why I love it. And then of course I have a yard of this Cave Facet fabric. You can never go wrong with Cave Facet. So I got some yardage of these prints. Whenever the shop cuts them, they'll cut a couple layers at a time and then wrap them up together. So that's why they're all folded up like this. But this first one is this gorgeous metallic silver, purple and blue and black kind of swirly stripe. Beautiful. This one is a favorite of mine. It's these big, I guess those are like gardenias maybe, but there's little black cats in them just all over it. Let me get these stickers off so you can actually like see it better, right? Little black cats all over it. So cute. Love it. And then these rainbows, which are adorable. Love them. And then I got these three. This one I love. It's Frida Kahlo. Frida Kahlo is an amazing artist with a world-famous unibrow. Love her. Fun fact, she had fibromyalgia, just like me. You know, in case you needed that information. And then I got this really cute kind of Valentine's print with the hands holding in the hearts. Very cute. And then I needed to build up some more reds in my stash, so I got this one, which is very modern and cute. I believe this is a Ruby Star. You would think I would know Ruby Star by now. So here's the next, here's the next set. This pattern on top is a Josephine Wall print. If you're a cross stitcher, you know who Josephine Wall is, because a lot of her artwork is on like Heaven and Earth Designs, and a lot of people stitch Josephine Wall. If you diamond paint, there's a lot of Josephine Wall diamond paintings. I've had notebooks and bags and stuff with her artwork on it. So she's very well known, and it's because this is like her style, which is crazy bright, really beautiful, looks like a fever dream, and very fairy tale. Love it. So I got this one, and then I got this pattern, which, let me see if I can show you the inside. Yeah, it's got these striped kind of borders on them, which I specifically got for project bags, because if I continue to make project bags like this top section could very easily be one of these border stripes, and I think that would look really pretty with a coordinating fabric. And then I also have this sort of like atlas globe old world map print that I really like. And then I also got this Josephine Wall print, which is like unicorn clouds. Gorgeous, darling. And then I also got this panel, which is Josephine Wall. Let me unfold it here. So the reason why I got it is because it's actually like 4 smaller panels together. So let me step back so you can see them. Right? Let's see if I can. There's this one here, which is like a jungly print. And then this one, which is this beautiful. See what I mean about her artwork looking like a fever dream? Like it's just an acid trip, basically. There's all these butterflies and animals in the angel wings. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And then here's the other ones. And here is the other side. There's this kind of tree of life looking print. Again, animals all over. This reminds me of the Tree of Life and Animal Kingdom at Disney World, because it's made up of all these different, oh, those are people. Those aren't animals. You get my point. The Tree of Life and Animal Kingdom is made up of animals. So there's all these different like elements. We got space, we got a rainbow, we got jungle, we got people. And these two like hands holding up the world. And then there's this angel. Very pretty, very, very pretty. I have no plans necessarily for this panel and the fabric. I might quilt them into something. I might make them into bags. I might make them into pillows. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with them yet, but you know, it's on sale. Like sale. Almost done. So, okay, we got some more Anna Maria Horner prints. I know I already have this one. I think I have this one in a different colorway. So that's going to be added to my AMH stack, which did I need to add to? No, but I'm going to. And then I finished off the bolts of these two prints. This one is like a darker purple version of the purple backing I showed you with the baby quilt strip sets. And then this one is all these really cute kind of like makeup purse contents. You know, we got makeup, we got nail clippers and like a little perfume sample, eyelashes, tweezers, bobby pins, toe separators, glasses, nail polish. I think these are earrings. Oh, you know what? Those are pills. They're like little, like ibuprofens in somebody's purse. That's what I see. That's what I see. Those look like individual pills in like the foil wrappers. There's an earring. So there's all sorts of cool stuff on here. There's an earring, Q-tips, mascara. This person has a messy purse, eye drops. I might make some makeup bags with this, or I don't know. It was just too cute to pass up. And this last chunk of fabric I got for the purpose of kind of building up my batik stash. These are all batiks. When I was finishing up that quilt, the snowball batik quilt, which I mostly made with my mom's batiks, I kind of realized I should probably put some more batiks in my stash. So I got 11 different prints. This one I finished the bolt on, and then I got a yard of each of the rest of them. But this one I really like because it's so warm and like fall, autumnal feeling. Okay, then I got a yard of each of these. This is like a gold kind of triangle print. This one reminded me of alligator skin. And then this one is really pretty because it's got these pink flowers on like a dusty rose kind of background. I got these three. This one looks very much like a snake skin with these gorgeous kind of neutral tones. This one with the soft like slate gray blue and a navy swirl pattern that looks kind of like a rose, kind of not, if you squint your eyes and hold your head to the side. And then this one, which is this really pretty purple, green, and blue print. Love it. And then I have this almost stripy looking purple. And these are my two favorite colors, like this lavender purple and then this dark like eggplant color. And so this one's kind of a floral, or suggestion of a floral. And I love the shapes in this one. It gives it a really nice texture. And then last but not least, I have this sort of like turquoise, teal, and dark purple floral, which is really pretty. It's not translating very well on camera because it's kind of making it appear a little bit darker than it actually is in person. But yep, I bought all those batiks so that I can have them in my stash because I really didn't have any. I think I had like two. and small amounts at that. So built up my stash with that. And that's all my haul. Whew. I may or may not go back because they have, I think, like 10 days left before the shop closes. And I don't even know if they have any fabric left at this point. But for February, for next month, here's my plans. We're gonna finish this quilt top and set it in the closet. And then we're gonna get a different quilt up on the wall. Now that I have a finish, I wanna start a new project. So I'm going to, I think, work on the Tilda quilt cocktail hour that I'll insert a picture. I showed you that one last time, and I'm gonna use the Anna Maria Horner Fat Quarter Bundle Fluent next. And so that one I'm really excited about starting. So I think I'm gonna start that one next. And I wanna keep working on the baby quilts. And then hopefully I wanna have some progress on my Hexie gradient to show you. And then anything beyond that is just bonus. Those are the goals I definitely want to set in stone. So that being said, thank you for sticking around if you're still here. If you have any questions at all, I probably won't be linking the fabric that I purchased because it's either old or it's no longer available from the source that I got it from, and I don't kind of want to have to hunt on the internet to see if it's still available elsewhere. So as far as that goes, I do apologize. Give me your opinions about the project bag in terms of the style, if you like what I made or if you think it should be different somehow. And that's everything. That's it. That's all of it. Again, thank you for hanging out with me and coming to see what I'm working on in my quilt room. And I will see you guys at the end of February. Bye.